Good evening, believers. How are you doing today?
Still have
Coach
to store all my fire-ass mixes.
And I'm trying to go live on Instagram too. All right, live. There we go. Not real. There we go. All right. Hello. Welcome to the Healing Hour Live. I am glad to have you with me. I am Love Coach Tasha, if you haven't met me before, and I am here to guide you along the healing path after infidelity. You have been through the trauma of being cheated on, all right? But that advice of leave them, girl, leave them, is not necessarily what you want. You love your person. They were an idiot. Yes, indeed. Yes, they were. But you still love them. You still value them. You still want to be with them. So I am here. Hey there, Marsha. Over there on Instagram, hello. So I am here to tell you that it's absolutely all right for you to still be with the person that you love and to move on and to heal from this. You absolutely can. I promise you it is possible. And I know that it is possible because I have done it. I am 14, almost 15. In November, it'll be 15 years out from my last D-Day. Not the first one. Oh, not the first one. Hey, Marsha, glad you're here. Hey Paula, glad you are here too. Hello, everybody that's here. Say hi. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're watching. Everybody in the Facebook group and everybody on Instagram, everybody on YouTube, let me know that you're here. Come on in, talk to me. I am so happy that you're here because I want to tell you about this. I want you to understand that you absolutely can do this. Hey, Kenya, hi. I want you to know that you can do this. I want you to know that you can have the happily ever after, even though this was a part of your story, even though this was that horrible thing that has happened to you. You know how in the fairy tales, there's always some really horrible stuff that happens to the princess before they get to the happily ever after. Well, this just happens to be your horrible story in the middle of your fairy tale. You can get to the good part again. You can get to happiness and peace and trust and all the things that you want in the relationship. You just got to work on healing. That's all you got to do. I am almost 15 years out, and my husband is just a better and better husband every year. We're happier and happier every year. I know that you can do this because I've seen it, and mine was a tough case, okay? I have seen just about everything in about decade that I've been doing this, and trust me, I know that it is possible for you all to reconcile. I have seen all sorts of hey Angela, how you doing? I have seen all types of relationships reconcile. I have. In the group, every now and again, somebody will come in and they're saying that, what sounds like, it may be domestic abuse. And I understand that is a dangerous situation. I am fully for that. I get that. But people get on me a little bit about not, demanding that they leave, demanding that, oh, well, he's abusing you, so you just have to leave. You have to walk out the door. I have found that doesn't work. That judgment, that telling a woman who is in my group for staying after infidelity, it doesn't work to tell them that. It doesn't work to say, okay, well, you could be in danger, so you need to leave. That doesn't happen, okay? People leave when they are ready to leave. That's why I don't give any opinion on leaving at all. If you're in a situation where you feel like it is a dangerous situation for you, you need to be able to say, okay, then I'm not going to go through with this, or I'm going to get myself into a safer position before that. I'm not going to sit here and judge you for that, okay? I understand that it can be a dangerous situation, but if you feel like you're safe enough and you're not ready to go, and me telling you to leave is not going to help you, all right? So I just want people to kind of understand that about me. I created this group for like everybody who is staying. And these situations do happen, especially with all the volatile emotions of being cheated on and, the arguing back and forth. It can end up in a physical altercation sometimes. I have seen that happen, but I have also seen people come back from that and be a happy, healthy couple after that has happened. So I don't give any judgment for that. I am here to support you. What you want to do is stay in this relationship. If that's what you want, I am fully here for you. That's what I'm going to try and help you do, okay? All right, so That being said, plug in my computer here. That being said, because somebody said that to me earlier or a couple days ago, and I was like, I didn't tell her to stay, but she's staying anyway. So I can't. I'm not gonna try and control her decisions. I think that in this situation, you need all the control that you can get. So whatever you're gonna decide, that's how we're gonna move forward. All right. So I'm going to trust you. That's what it comes down to. I'm going to trust you to know what your situation is, to know what your limits are. And I'm just going to back you until you say, okay, that's enough. All right. So everybody with me on that? I know it gets a little tense when we're talking about those, how serious it can get, how much animosity, how many arguments, and how much violence can build up over a situation like this. But I'm here to try and reduce that. If we can start the work on the healing, a lot of that volatile emotional stuff goes away too. And so then you can work on the relationship, and then they can work on their part and getting control of their anger as you're getting in control of yours. All right. Not to say that is your responsibility. Your anger is not their responsibility. But if you are planning on staying anyway, I'm gonna back you in that until you say no. All right. Hey, Mandy, how you doing? Glad that everybody's here. All right. Let's see. First of all, let me warn you. Let me give you the monthly warning. The full moon is coming up. It will be coming on next Thursday when I'm doing the live again. Just so you know ahead of time. If you start to feel a little emotional in the next few days, coming up maybe like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, somewhere in there, you start to feel a little emotional. You start to get overwhelmed. Hey there, Felicia. If you are feeling that may be the effects of the full moon. It just makes people emotional. It just does. I'd like to give you that warning ahead of time so that you know that it's coming, so that you can check those emotions. You may be doing really well, but that full moon coming, it starts to tug on those emotions a little bit. I just want you to be aware of it so that you don't get caught off guard by it coming up here soon, okay? All right, so now, Felicia said, I know I will. His birthday is August 12th. Oh, yeah, the day after it. He is going away, especially where the other girl's located. I know I'm going to be emotional. Oh, yes, of course, for sure, you're going to be emotional about it. But you're going to handle it with grace and dignity like you have been handling things already. Don't you worry about yourself. Just have confidence in your abilities. You've done this before. You can do it again. All right? All right, let's see. Let's start with where we always start. Let's start with our deep breathing. Have you been doing your deep breathing? Have you been doing that on a regular basis, 5 times a day? I need you to be doing that, okay? If you're having trouble with your emotions, if you can't quite regulate after this has happened, you're angry all the time, you want to lash out all the time, you need to start doing some deep breathing. That is a sign that you have been through this trauma and you're reacting as a traumatized person. You're like a wounded animal. We need to do something to kind of calm that trauma down. Start doing our deep breathing, okay? 5 times a day. We're going to do it together 3 times just for the sake of time. And what we're going to do is 4-7-8 breathing. What you're going to do is blow out. Make that noise, make that sound of exhaling so that you create a trigger in your brain that, oh, when I blow out like that, that means that it's time to start coming down. It's time to start getting our emotions intact. It's time to start gathering ourselves when we do that, all right? So blow out. Inhale for a count of 4, hold that breath for a count of 7, and then you're going to blow out like you're blowing out birthday candles for a count of 8. Maybe a little bit difficult if you've never done it before, or if you have a hard time, if you smoke, that type of thing, but do it 3 times with us. You'll have it down, all right? All right. And Paula, let me just say, Paula, I have seen you all over the group, girl. Let me just tell you, I am proud of you in here. You are like, hey, if you having that problem, come on to the live. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to talk about it in the live. Come on in here and we can get that settled for you if you come to the live. That's what I'm talking about. Alicia, hey, glad you're here. Mindy said, I'm having problems leaving his past behind. Girl, it's hard to leave that past behind. It's like baggage. But the thing is, you can put baggage down. You can do that. You can set it down. If you really want to come back and get it, you can, but you got to practice like actually putting it down. Stephanie, hey, how you doing? Polly said, thank you. I love this. I'm so glad that you do. I was loving seeing you in the group. You were like, girl, come on, come to the live. Come to the live. That's what I'm talking about. Tell them. All right. So we're going to do our deep breathing. Everybody ready? All right. I'm going to blow out. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, blow out again for 8. I'm going to do it 3 times. All right. Ready? Blow out. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. How doing our breathing? It helps you to regulate your nervous system. It helps to calm down that part of your brain that is freaking out over being hurt and is scared to death that you're going to be hurt again. And it starts to regulate your feelings, start to smooth them out a little bit. Every time you do it, it adds to it. It's a cumulative effect. So you just bring that level down every single time you do your deep breathing, okay? All right. And then I'm going to come back to you, Stephanie. Good question. I got you. I'm going to answer that. And Felicia said, other women's stories sometimes make me think, what if? Girl, that's fear speech. See? That we're going to talk about that too. The dreams formula, we got to recognize that fear speech. That's what it is. All right. So the next thing, as we always do, I'm going to always tell you to do your journaling. Have you done your journaling this week? Have you sat down, pen to paper, and connected it to your mind and said, okay, here are my feelings, and laid them out on paper? Have you done that? Have you taken yourself that seriously this week? If you have not, I need you to do that. You are doing yourself a disservice if you are not doing your journaling. You are trying to deal with a trauma, and doing your deep breathing and doing your journaling are 2 things that will absolutely always help with trauma. Any kind of trauma, not just this infidelity. It helps with all sorts of trauma to do your deep breathing and to do your journaling. Journaling gets your feelings out. It gets them out of your head and down onto the paper. It's symbolic, but your brain says if it's down on paper, especially if it's in a pretty book and it's right there, then you must be taking this seriously. You must be paying attention to me. I can let it go now. You can let up on some of those thoughts when you write them down in your journal. So if you haven't been journaling, do that. 3 things for your journal: date, time, and your level of anxiety. You need the date and the time because you will find patterns in dates and times. Paula, we're going to talk about anniversaries. That's a big date and time thing, but it happens on littler things too. It can happen on a Thursday just because, okay, I know he's going to be working late on a Thursday, and so now I'm going to be worried where he is. You will know that that's happening if you are writing it down in your journal, paying attention to it. If you're not paying attention to it, you don't know, and so then it hits you every Thursday, and then every single week you're having this problem and you don't realize why. So that's what I want you to do. Make sure you got your date and your time, and then your level of anxiety, 0 to 10. 0 is no anxiety whatsoever. You are fabulous. All is right with the world. Then there's a 10. A 10 is a loss of control. A 10 is, I want to rip my hair out, tear my clothes off, run screaming down the street naked. You have lost control of yourself. If you are sitting down with your journal, you are probably not at a 10. All right. That is comforting to know. At least you know when you sit down with it, you're like, okay, I am not at a 10. Where am I on the scale? It will help you to understand how your feelings work, how big they can get. And you're putting a fence around them so they can only get so big. They cannot be bigger than a 10. The anxiety, the fear, whatever you are feeling, it cannot be bigger than a 10, which is a complete loss of control. You are flipping out. All right. So you will know for sure at the beginning, at the end, that you have done something for your emotional state, because if you write it at the beginning and then you write that number at the end of how you're feeling, where you are on that scale, you can tell. A lot of the time you write it down, you'll be like, oh, I feel better. Okay, I was an 8 when I started. I'm a 7 now. Hey, that was helpful. It will give you some hope. Okay, it will let you know that these feelings can end, they can be managed, they can be shrunk, and you can get to the place where they're not ruling your life anymore. All right. All right. Next thing, of course, always a little Thirsty Thursday action. You know I love to hear good stuff from you. That is one more thing that you can do on your own right this second to start to heal, to pay attention to what is good and going right in your life. Trauma will blind you. Trauma will make you feel like your memory is perfect. It will make you feel like you remember everything in crystal clarity, but it hides things from you. It will hide the good from you if you're not paying attention. So what I want you to do is start having a practice of saying things that you are grateful for every single solitary day, so that you can put it in your journal. When you're writing 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, you can write that in your journal. Put that down so that you remember, oh, good stuff happened. Good stuff happened in my life. Hey, Keith. That's like one of my childhood friends over on Instagram. Hey. So it will help you with that. It will help you to understand that good stuff does happen to you, that the trauma is lying to you, okay? It is lying to you and blocking out good stuff from you because it wants you to feel isolated. It wants you to feel anxious. It wants you to feel all those things so that you never open yourself up again, and so then you can never be hurt in the same way again. But the problem with that is you want to open up. You want to be close. You want to be happy again. So we got to fight that, all right? We cannot let our brains win on this. So good stuff. Tell me about the good stuff. If you have something that has been positive, that has been going on in your world this week, let me know about it, all right? I always want to shout you out. I want to celebrate with you. You know, there are plenty of people who will commiserate with you. I want to celebrate with you. I want to be here with you, telling you the good stuff really does exist, and you can hold on to it. It is solid. Just because all of this pain is going on right now doesn't mean that the good stuff isn't real and solid and wonderful, you know? Sienna, first time tuning in. Hi, glad you are here. Glad you are here. Carrie, hey, hi. Your first time too. I think you were brand new too. So many new people in the group. I mean, it's hundreds every week. The group is over 4,000 members now, because I think people are starting to catch on. I think people are starting to be like, you know what? I want my relationship. I don't want to be backed into a corner and to be made to leave my relationship when I really don't want to. Yeah, I'm hurting. Yeah, I might think about it. Yeah, it may be in the back of my mind on a regular basis. I should just leave. But I'm not, and I don't really want to. So I think it's about time that I got somewhere where somebody will support me. And that is exactly what you need. That is part of the Dreams Formula. Get some support who will believe in your decision. Your decision is not a bad decision. If this is the person that you love and you want to be with them, that's not a bad decision. That's just a decision based in love. And shouldn't we be doing that more? I don't know. It seems like to me. All right. Angela gave me a good Thirsty Thursday. She said, I told my husband last night it was time for me to back off of the amount of time it takes me every day to keep up with where he's at and who he's around. He's been doing wonderful about communicating with me since D-Day. I'm starting to trust little by little, but it's progress. I love progress. Slow motion is better than no motion, Angela. Always. As long as you are moving forward, you are moving in the right direction. If it's slow, okay, all right, it'll be slow until it becomes fast. You got to gain some momentum. And that's what you are doing by telling him, okay, look, I'm not going to keep on living my life like this. I am not your warden. I am not going to do this and have that be our relationship for the rest of the time we're together. No, I'm not doing that. That doesn't seem like any fun for me. It hasn't helped me to heal. I think we're going to get to a better place by me backing off of that. And I am fully for that. I am all the way about that, Angela. That is a good instinct. It's hard because when you start doing that, it's hard to know when to stop. That's why I tell people not to. Well, I'm like, don't check up on him. Don't be looking at his location. Don't be trying to Life 360 and all the tracking apps and all that. I understand, and we're going to talk about that technology too in a second, but I'm like, don't track him like he's a dog, first of all. And then you shouldn't have to be a warden. You shouldn't have to have an extra responsibility to check on him because he did something stupid one time. No, we're not doing that. No, that is just too much to ask of yourself. So I am all the way for that. Let it go. It's hard to figure out where to let it go. But I'm glad that you figured out that you want to let it go and you're starting to do it. All right. Excellent. Wonderful Thirsty Thursday. Love to hear it. Love to hear the good stuff. All right. Let's see. Siona, yes, absolutely. You can inbox me. Love Coach Dasha. You can also email me. Dasha at lovecoachdasha.com. And just reach out to me. I'm here for you. Carrie said I didn't want to quit our 22-year relationship without giving him a second chance. I know, right? That makes perfect sense. People act like you're just crazy for doing that, and you're not. It's a 22-year relationship. If this is all he has done in 22 years that would make you be like, I might want to kick him to the curb, okay, you can give him a second chance on that one. I fully understand that. That makes sense. Alicia, yeah, inbox me. I'll respond. I will respond to you. I am here for you. And also, right this second, there's a flash sale going on to work with me. Text support. I will text with you. You can reach out to me, message me, let me know what's going on, and I can kind of talk you down from it. I will do 45 days, and it's only $99 right now because the group reached 4,000 people last week, and I was so excited I wanted to have a little sale. So that is, I'll put that in the comments. I will. All right. So yes, one more thing that you can do all on your own. There it is in the comments. One more thing that you can do all on your own. You don't need him for. Hey, Sabrina, is monitoring what information you're gathering. Okay, you're gonna want to ask questions. You may have already asked a whole bunch of questions and you're not happy with those responses. Chances are, if you've asked these questions about, that's a big one. If you ask the questions about like what they did, what has happened between them, it's a little traumatizing. Talking so in depth about the trauma is traumatizing. So instead of asking those questions, because what it is really a desire to reconnect, let's do that in a more positive way. All right, let's pick some different questions to ask. So I have a game right here. It is the And Healing Edition from theskindeep.com. And I think this is a fabulous game right here. It's got, you can see it on both. All right, you can, it is absolutely fabulous to play together, to get a little bit of that intimacy back, to start talking, to be able to ask questions, but not destructive questions, not questions that'll hurt you and crush you with the answers. You know, you don't want to do that. All right. You say you already started asking the questions. Well, let me give you some better questions to ask. Do not ask any more of those questions. Your brain wants you to ask those questions because what it will do is use all of the answers against you. Your brain is telling you that you need all the answers to be able to heal, right? That is a lie. It's a big lie. Your brain is lying to you, okay? Your brain will lie to you. You need to make sure that you understand that as you go forward. Your brain is telling you that in order to get you to collect information so that when you get closer, it can throw one of those facts at your head and hit you and be like, oh, but remember this detail and it is crushing and you shouldn't get close now because of that. That's what it will do. It'll keep using it against you. So don't ask any more questions. Don't do it to yourself. I promise you it's not helpful. these are a little bit better to ask, all right? So let's give you a couple of them. It says, if you could give me anything, what would it be and why? All right? If you could give me anything, what would it be and why? All right? That's a good one, right? Good thought-provoking question. You can ask him, he can ask you back. What famous person reminds you of me and why? That's a good one. What famous person reminds you of me and why? Just a little bit of, fun conversation. And why is that? Why is this one famous person is the person that reminds you of me? And one more. When were you most inspired by me? Answer that one. Answer that one for him. When were you most inspired by me? When you start to think about things like this, instead of those details, you start remembering that you love this person. So when were you last inspired by him? What has he inspired for you? All right. My husband inspired me to be super brave. I am so much braver since I met him. I remember we had been dating and I was into him. I was like, this is the one. This is going to be the one. I can't see any other way that it's going to go down. And I hadn't let him meet my family yet. Right? So one day, my mom, I think my youngest sister and my stepmom all popped up at my house while he was there. And I am panicking. I am like, oh my God, my family is at the door. I don't want to meet them yet. I know that they're going to embarrass me. And he was like, don't worry about it. Calm down. He had me take a deep breath. He was like, go answer the door. It is fine. I can meet your family. I was like, okay, all right. And he sat there and he was just as articulate and intelligent and charming as he was to me, to them. And so then I was like, oh, okay, he got this. He's all right. He was just so brave about it. And I was like, dude, nobody else has ever wanted to meet my parents. So it was one of those situations where I was like, oh, I can see he's brave. I could be brave. Like, I don't have to be scared about them coming and meeting him because he's a good guy. All right, I'm gonna be brave next time. And just all sorts of ways that he makes me just a braver person. Let's see. Paula, you said the OW kept going on and wanted to meet. Oh God, they always trying to keep themselves relevant, I swear. I told her I didn't care about anything else she had to say. He cheated. That's it. I blocked her for my own sake. They're always trying to make themselves relevant. Chick, seriously, this is not your man. This is not your relationship. Why would I want to sit here and have a conversation with you? You're not even involved. Go sit down somewhere. I tell you, it's the queen and the peasant girl. Of course the peasant girl wants to talk to the queen. Of course she does. She wants to feel important. She wants to feel like she's of that status, but she's not. And that's the best thing you can do is just go ahead and block them. Let them go ahead and sit down in their little corner and let them be peasant girls out of your range of view. All right? Carrie, she said she showed up at my door. Good Lord. They just do it all the time. They want to be relevant. They want to feel like this was something serious and so important because you got tricked into having sex with somebody who didn't belong to you. You can be mad if you want to. You can confront me if you want to, but that doesn't mean that he's yours. It doesn't mean that anything is going to change. You can tell me all the stories you want to. I'm not leaving my man because you want him. Are you crazy? No. You crazy? I can't do it. All right, I love it. Oh, Paula, I love that. Go sit down somewhere. Please, go have several seats is what they need to do. I tell you. All right, let's see. What else? All right, that's my basics. Did my basics. All right, we're going to go ahead and answer some questions then. I'm so glad all of y'all are here. Hello. Hi again. I'm glad that you're here with me. I love it when we have people actually in live with me so I can talk to. I can answer questions all day, but it's so good to get that feedback from you all. All right, let's see. Jennifer came up with the first question. As soon as I posted, she was like, yep, I got a question. She said, let's talk about how technology has changed not only what is considered cheating, but how it's likely affected people's behavior in a very unhealthy, attention-seeking manner that can destroy relationships. All right. Woo, girl, you said a mouthful there. All right. Now, look, the whole thing about this is, okay, the technology, I remember, I'm a little older. I can remember when we didn't have cell phones and I couldn't check his cell phone and, he cheated back then. I don't think there is any difference in the amount of cheating that goes on just because we have technology. All right. Back in the day, Papa used to be a Rolling Stone. He had a family right here, and then he had a family down the block with the side chick. That has been going on forever. It has always been the case. I don't think that the cell phones, I don't think that the technology has really changed the fact that people cheat. Cheating has been a core conflict in books and literature and movies and theater, all of history. Really, it has always been there. So, whether the technology was there or not, we would still have the cheating. All right. Um, Now, what's considered cheating? This is a thing, right? There is somebody in the group who who gave me an anonymous question, and she was saying that her boyfriend has OnlyFans. He follows 2 celebrities on OnlyFans, and he was like, it's just some porn. That's all it is. She doesn't think that he's cheating at all. She doesn't feel like he's cheating at all, but her previous boyfriend did cheat. And so she's like, should I just let go of the OnlyFans? And let me tell you, if you were watching right now, this is my answer to your question, because I didn't want to post it in here because I think you would get some bad advice. I think you should let go of the OnlyFans. I think that technology has made porn a little bit different than it was before. And I think that people on a screen, that doesn't really constitute cheating. Like if you're paying for interaction on a screen, it's a little bit of porn. It is. You are gratifying yourself, and it's just watching. And now I understand that a lot of people feel like that is cheating, but to me, I feel like that has to be like a one-on-one. You're talking on the phone to this person on a regular basis. Even like the emotional affairs, like even if they haven't had sex, that telling them I love you and getting all intimate about your day-to-day life. Just watching some porn or watching somebody on OnlyFans, they're not trying to have a relationship with him, okay? He may fantasize that they're trying to have a relationship with him, but I don't think that's a real relationship. I don't think that is intimacy that they are sharing. That is a service. It's payment for a service that they're doing. But when you get into that, okay, I can talk on the phone with you and I can text with you, that has made like the emotional part of cheating a little bit easier, because I can just reach out to somebody and I can be texting and you don't have to see what I'm saying, and I could be paying all this attention on my phone and you could just think that I'm doing normal things and I'm texting with somebody else. So I feel like that is a little bit different. The whole, watching porn, I don't think is cheating. I really don't. I watch porn myself. I don't feel like that is cheating on your partner. I know people do feel like that, but the technology has made it so that that emotional connection can be made really, really easily through text, through video calls and Zoom and all of that. So I think that has affected us. Now, people's behavior in unhealthy, attention-seeking manner. People were already unhealthy and attention seeking before that too. So I don't know if we can totally blame it on the technology either. It made it a little easier, yes, but I think that people have always had those qualities. And so I don't know if the technology has really, really changed that too much. Jennifer, that's a very interesting topic. Anybody got any thoughts on that? Because for real, that is interesting. Okay, I can't. Hold on, let me make sure I can see everybody. Oh, questions coming in. All right. He said, what about the continually being friends on social media? I am friends with exes on social media. I don't feel like that's necessarily cheating, and I don't feel like that's necessarily a danger. My husband has friends that are, from his past that are on his social media, but we're not engaging in that emotional engagement, that intimacy, that trying to get to know each other and again, and being all deep and texting all the time. We're not doing all that. So I have exes that are on my page, he has exes that are on his page. As long as we're being appropriate, I don't feel like that's something that should be dangerous. Getting to start thinking about that. If you consider that to be a danger, then all friends can end up being a danger. And so we don't want to do that. So for me, that would be about taking family funds. Well, see, the thing is, you both have individual funds, though. If he has funds that he wants to spend on something that he enjoys, then he should be able to spend some money on something that he enjoys the same way you should be able to spend money on something that you enjoy too. I totally understand, if you just don't have it, but if he gets to have a subscription and gets to have that little bit of fun, then you make sure that you got your own thing going on and you spend a little bit of money too. I don't think anybody should be restricted from spending money on something that they would like to have in a relationship. I feel like that's a little bit controlling, trying to make sure that you're telling them how they're supposed to spend any money that they can spend on themselves. I don't want my husband to tell me that I can't go to Starbucks when I feel like it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that to happen. So, I know people feel like it's a different level because it's porn, but it's not really. It's just paying for a service. It's paying for something that you want, Stephanie said mine started falling for a side piece. Oh, girl, they always do. That's nothing. Don't worry about that. That's hormones. That's all that is. His hormones got all jacked up. He got a little dopamine flowing, a little serotonin. He was feeling all good, and he is mistaking that for real love. That is like the first stages of love. That's infatuation, but that's not real love. That's not, oh, we are committed to each other, we are going to be together, we are just we're going to work through everything. That's not what that is. That's just a little bit of infatuation, his hormones flowing, feeling good around a new person. When men are engaged with a new female in any way, like, and just brand new female that has not been in their lives previously, it increases their testosterone levels. So it makes him feel good. That's all it is. Paul, you said that makes sense. Good. Sienna, what about revenge cheating? Girl, what about it? We are above that. We are not doing that. We are not going to go ahead and do that. Okay. You said, I was actually wanting to cheat on my partner and she had revenge cheating. Oh, see, that's the hard part right there. Because, see, now everybody feels justified in doing what they're doing. That's a very slippery slope. That whole revenge cheating thing is saying that I am justified by my own feelings in doing the wrong thing, but you're not justified in your feelings to do the wrong thing. That becomes a big problem in the relationship. That is going to be a problem going forward because it's like, oh, well, you're going to treat me unfairly is what it comes down to. So let's try and everybody forgive. Everybody decide, okay, we are going to do better than this. We are not going to be cheating on each other back and forth and doing this tit for tat thing. It's not helpful. It's not going to be good for our relationship. Yeah, that makes sense, Sienna? Stephanie, he fell out of love with me, but he loves me. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's hormones. That in love feeling is infatuation. It is hormonal. It is not permanent. Nobody feels like that forever. Please, if you don't take anything else away from this entire life, I want you to know in love is temporary. Okay? Being with somebody and being committed and loving them and forgiving them and wanting to be in a relationship with them for the rest of your life, that takes commitment. All right. You have made a decision and you are sticking with your decision. But that whole in love feeling, that's just hormones. It goes away. It's like a 7 to 9 month long haze. It is chemically pretty much the same as being high on cocaine all the time. You can't stay like that forever. And so a lot of men feel like, oh, but I feel this in love thing with her. So that means that this must be real. That is crazy. That is his brain lying to him again, because you don't stay in love with anybody forever. It just does not work like that. You never get anything done. Walking around high like that all the time, you'll never get anything accomplished in life if you stayed in love all the time. it comes back. That's a good part about it. When you've had that in love feeling and you have bridged to commitment and making that decision that you are going to be with this person anyway, there are waves of in love. It comes back, it washes over you. It's warm blanket. It's awesome when it comes back, but don't stress about it not being there continuously. It cannot possibly be. It just does not work that way. Our physiology wouldn't tolerate it. Right? Sienna said I needed that too because I definitely thought that it was she no longer loves me. Yeah, it's usually not that. Usually hurt people. We do the wrong things because we're hurting, not because of the love that we have for that person. Not because, oh, well, love went away, so I'm just going to reach out and rip their heart out. It's not usually that. Felicia said I'd be preaching. Yes, I try. Say yes, because from the lady that says he loves the other woman, he'll be back because she isn't his soulmate. He'll be back. Girl, that's all it is. He'll be back. You just calm yourself. Sit back. The 180 is good for that. When he thinks that he's all in love, look up the 180 in the group. The 180 is by Michelle Weiner Davis. She wrote a book called The Divorce Busters, I think it was. But she gave this list of like 32 things that you can start doing when they're all in love with the other person. Just falling back, taking care of yourself, being cool, calm, and collected, not addressing him about this, not asking a whole bunch of questions. It pulls his attention right back to you. So look that up. That'll help. Marie Carmen, hey, I'm glad you're still here. He said, yeah, that's what he said to me. He says she makes him happy. Now his days, I love now he says I love her. And he told me he fell out of love with me a long time ago that I should not blame her for his actions. Oh yeah, she doesn't have anything to do with it. She didn't have a thing to do with it. But the 180, it will work. If you all are still in a relationship, if he's kind of half out the door, he's messing around with her, he's not fully over there, he's still talking to you about the relationship, it'll work. Do the 180 on him. I promise it'll get his attention right back in your face. Stephanie said he was getting everything from her that he wasn't getting from me. That's that 80-20 rule. You get 80% of what you want in a relationship from one person. You committed to this person, and then you start focusing on the 20% that you don't have. And so then that becomes huge in your brain when it's really only like 20%. It's really a small percent of what is going on in the relationship. And so then you get with somebody else who gives you the 20 but doesn't give you the other 80. And so you get infatuated with the 20 for a little while. You're like, oh, this is wonderful. This is all the things that I ever wanted. And then you realize all the stuff that you lost in the 80% with the person that you were with in the first place. All right. So yeah, don't pay that any mind. You just keep being as good as you are. All right. Sienna said, I really feel like this is God sent. Thank you, Paul O'Neill, for sending this my way. Girl, thank you. And yes, indeed, Paula was on her game this week. She was like, come to the live. Come talk to Coach Dasha. Come on. And I'm glad that you're here. Charlie said, I have tried to push through today the text that I've seen, and I know it's not right, but I feel like I shouldn't forget them. I'm giving him an easy out by trying to push it away, which I know is wrong. That's not wrong. That's not an easy out. You're not giving them an easy out on anything. When we are trying to move forward, I think I'm holding on to the hurt so I won't be hurt again. That's your brain lying to you. Tricky triggers. Your brain will tell you that you have to hold on to all this evidence because you're going to need it to torture yourself with later on if you ever decide to be with them again. No, let's not listen to our brains on that. Get rid of that stuff. Get rid of it. It's not helping you, Charlie. He said, I've also tried to stop bringing it up and just telling him that I'm hurting and in my head. Thanks to last week's live. Good job. Good job. Going about the details really doesn't help anything. But if you ask for something, if you're like, hey, I need you to do something for me, that's a good thing. All right. Gives you a chance. Stephanie said, I thought we turned into roommates. I'm sorry for that. But that happens. A lot of people go through that, but you can come back from that. Do the 180. Do the 180. Act cool, calm, and collected. He's gonna act differently. So how to deal with insecurities. Yeah, you asked me about that. And asking for reassurance all the time. Yeah. or me texting him all day asking, do you still love me? Are we okay? Stuff like that. You've got to stop doing that. What I want you to do, okay, as far as the text messaging and and asking him too, I want you to focus on not asking him a single solitary question. Not one, not any, not how are you doing today? Not even that. I want you to actually really focus on how many questions you ask. Okay, because what's going on is you are full interrogation mode. Okay, and it's not fun. It's not fun to talk to you when you're like that. And then of course that makes you insecure because he's backing away from talking to you. And then you're like, well, I thought you loved me. I thought you wanted to be close to me. No, he doesn't. He wants to be close to you, but he doesn't want to be interrogated. So pay attention to how many questions you ask, how many questions you want to ask, and stop asking him any questions at all. Not a single one. If you want to say, I hope you're having a good day, is better than, are you having a good day? Does that make sense, Stephanie? Can you do that? You think you can do that? Shoot, everybody do that for a little bit. Just cut the questions out, okay? Your brain is screaming a whole bunch of questions at you and all this insecurity, and you're listening to it. You're paying attention and feeding into it. And so then that makes your insecurities bigger. And then treat yourself, do nice things for yourself. Engage your senses. Treat yourself like you are good enough. All right? Do affirmations. There are tons of affirmations on YouTube. Pick one, and every morning you do that. Every single solitary morning. All right? Mary Carmen says he feels like he's always being interrogated. Yeah, you are interrogating him. You are. Pay attention to it. Every time you go to ask something, every time there is a question mark, every time you are expecting an answer, you are anticipating a response. That is a question. Even if it didn't come out in question form, you were anticipating a response, that's still a question, okay? Check that and see how much different things go between the two of you when you stop asking all those questions. What's wrong with asking, are you having a good day? There's nothing wrong with asking if they're having a good day, but we are focusing on not asking questions. When you've gotten to that point where you are putting him under the hot light and you are asking him questions back to back to back to back to back, every question becomes a problem, even the innocent ones. So stop asking questions altogether. If it's, I hope you're having a fantastic day today, instead of how's your day going? Because how's your day going is respond to me, pay me attention, answer me. I hope you're having a good day is I love you. I'm thinking about you. I hope you have a decent day. There's no expectation attached to that as a statement, but there is an expectation attached to it as a question. Does that make sense? Now let me know. It's going by so fast, I'm missing people. All right, let's see. Let me go back. I think that was, I don't know who that was. So what about bringing the other female around her family and that must be you, Sienna, and it has now caused a major wedge due to what I have already done, and now I'm triggered by them because they have befriended her, and now I don't want to be around for any events. Okay, look, you're letting other people be way too into your relationship. Bringing her around the other family, okay, that was probably not the best of ideas. Yes, people are going to get into your business, but you have to stand firm and you have to be like, no, you're not going to run me away. I am going to be here. We're going to have the family events. I am still part of this family. We're not doing that. Me and her are still together. We are working this out. And you stand firm in that, and don't let people run you away, and don't let yourself get all triggered by her family. What you getting all triggered for her family for? We are not going to be triggered by people outside of this situation, okay? We got to cut that short, because you can get, you can get triggered by anything if you choose to. We got to work on limiting the triggers. Be like, nope, not going to be upset about that. I'm just not going to be upset because y'all are upset. That's too much responsibility on me. Does that make sense? Whew, I'm sweating. All right. He said he's getting fed up with that. Oh, being interrogated? Yeah. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you feel a little fed up with that? Wouldn't you feel like, all right, damn. Somebody said, yes, okay, that makes sense. Good. Marie Carmen, okay. Yeah, finish what you were saying. And then Polly said, be cordial and own the space. Girl, own it. You are the queen. Own that space. Go on into this to the entire family function like you own the place, like you are not concerned about a thing they have to say, because what they have to say doesn't matter. It doesn't help you. It doesn't really hurt you. Yeah, you might be a little triggered by it, but we're gonna stop letting that be a trigger. We're not gonna keep on worrying about what other people have to say about our relationship. You have to make the decisions on your own. If the two of you want to be together, that's all that matters. It does not matter what they say. Okay? Sienna makes so much sense, and she doesn't like how weak have become because of all of this. Well, we gotta work on strengthening up. We gotta work on that. Be working on being a little bit stronger. Stephanie said, "How do I deal with him working with her?" You're gonna have to trust him, and it sucks. I know it sucks, but you're just gonna have to trust him. The 180 is gonna be good for that. It's gonna help with that, because you're going to be detaching from that. We're not going to get all wrapped up in what he's doing. We're going to focus on ourselves. We're going to treat ourselves nice. And with that, you will see his attention pulled to you instead of to her. Mary Carmen, in my case, his family supports me. Awesome. That's good. They know what's good for him. They knew. Paula, same thing. Be cordial and own the space. Do your work and go home. You go. That's what I'm saying. He can do that. He is a grown up. He can indeed work with somebody and not be inappropriate. I know he can do it. So just believe in him. Okay. America, and I feel, yeah, I got to finish that. Stephanie said, "What's the 180?" The 180 is this. It's a technique developed by Michelle Weiner Davis. I think her book is Divorce Busters, and it's like a list of about 32 things that you can start doing right now that will pull your focus away from him and back onto yourself. Is basically what it is. And as you are doing that, it works on your own insecurities, makes you feel a little bit more in control. And then as that is happening, he's noticing that you are pulling back that attention. And he's like, oh, what is going on here? There's something different happening with you. Let me pay attention to you. And then he'll be in your face. So then you get the opportunity that you get to lay back and just receive some attention instead of being the one chasing and giving the attention. That makes sense? Ray Carmen, I feel like he doesn't like it. What, his family liking you? Too bad. He doesn't have to like. Too bad for getting the right chick. That's his problem. He mad because he got the right one and his family like you. Too bad you made a good decision. Sorry. Right? Stephanie said, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Let's see. I haven't even gotten to all the questions that were posted. Hold on. Let me see if I can get to a couple of those. All right. Jatik said, what does real remorse look like? Because what I'm seeing ain't it. You may think that, all right? But a lot of the time, what they represent as remorse is probably what you're seeing. Okay. Because I asked you, what do you think that remorse looks like? And y'all tell me, what do you think remorse looks like? But she said, not sure I can tell. Thought he was sincere and faithful, but I was wrong about that. So how to know? I think he's sorry. He got caught is all. Not too sure he's sorry about what he did to us. All right. See, the whole thing with the remorse thing. Okay, number one, I understand wanting to see the remorse, but I am saying that focusing on that is not helpful for your healing. Okay? I understand the desire for it. I understand feeling like you need it. But the thing is, him being remorseful, let's say that he is down on his hands and knees every single day, telling you how much he worships you, telling you how sorry he is and how terrible he feels about what horrible things he has done to you. Is that the way you want your relationship to be going forward? Do we really want to be daily focusing on he has to just lay down and be sorry every single solitary day? Is that what you want? Because I don't think that's really what you want. I know it sounds good in your head. It feels good when you see it. But it wouldn't be a real relationship. That is always just he's begging and you giving him scraps because, okay, well, yes, right now you're feeling a little bit remorseful and I can pet you on the head for that, but I'm still going to be mad at you. I feel like trying to always get them to show remorse is is really messing with your forward progress. You're so worried about his part, you're not focusing on your own part. You're not focusing on your own healing instead of worrying about what he's doing to make you heal. He can't make you heal. All right. There is nothing that he can do. There is no amount of remorse that he could possibly have that will fix you. That will just say, oh, it's all repaired now because he was super sorry. It doesn't work like that. So I, I, I tend to tell people don't worry so much about his remorse. He's sorry. He's here. He is every single day. You are mad. You are crying. You are telling him how horrible he is. He is still right here, right by your side. He is still trying. So that's remorseful. When you are willing to suck it up and be like, okay, all right, I know, I'm wrong. I did it every single solitary day. And even when they get mad, still, that is, I'm getting frustrated because I want this to be coming to an end at some point. I don't want to always be the bad guy forever and ever. Even that, it's still remorse, it's still remorseful. So, focus on your own thing. And then if he's there and he's trying to have a regular relationship with you, not always focused on the past, not always focused on what he did wrong, but just try to have normal with you, that is him trying to show remorse. He's trying to get back to that good part that you all were at. And, people feel like that's sweeping it under the rug, but that's actually healing. That's not sweeping it under the rug. That is the actual work of healing. Talking about it all the time and re-traumatizing yourself and opening up that wound every single solitary day is not healing. You got to get back to the good stuff. You got to get back to some happiness and some peace if you want to heal. And so that's why, trying to get him to be remorseful all the time, like, yeah, no, it's not good. It's not good for either one of you. Sione said, "Oh, good one, sis." I don't even know what it was I said, but yeah, I feel like that's what I'd be doing. I'm trying to give you good stuff here. Somebody said that they're a PI as well. I missed who that was, but yeah, going all into that and trying to be the warden and trying to be the investigator. Damn it, that's not responsibilities you were supposed to have. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know who said that. Phew, Lord, I feel like she doesn't care. Yeah, Sienna, she does. She does. She probably felt the same way about you when you cheated. So she probably feels like you are feeling the exact same way. Just have that compassion for her. Have that understanding. Charlie said, "LOL, why do I want that just for a few days?" Wait, what I missed it. What were we saying that? But how about if this is the second time he cheated and he would never admit to doing it? Okay, mine cheated numerous times. Mine cheated for years. So I don't really get all wrapped up into is the second time, it's the third time. I don't get all into that. If this is the person you want, he's just the person you want. You know he got an issue. You know that's an issue with him, all right? And never admitting that he's doing it. Who admits they're doing something wrong? Who does that? I know everybody always says that. They're like, oh, well, he should just admit it. He's already caught. Who does that? Who tells on themselves? Like, who do you have in your life that's like, yes, absolutely, I just did this terrible thing to you. Here, let me tell you about it. No, nobody does that. Who wants to do that? I don't want to talk about the stuff I did wrong. Paula said he really doesn't want to think about her any more than I do. I know that's right. Everybody stop thinking about her. She is not important. She is not. Felicia said, I was going to ask that, Dasha, why does the man bring the other woman's family and friends? Girl, you know what? I think that comes into the why part, the why of the dreams formula, evaluating the why. Remember, sick, sad, and stupid? Okay, I think that stupid part is what it is. It is the idea that men have their value wrapped up in two things: how many women they have, how much money they have. If they don't have any money, then they've got to have a lot of women. And so the only way to show that you have a lot of women is to bring them around your friends and family. It's just crazy. I know, but I think that's all it is. Let's see. Stephanie says, so we work different shifts. So he would text her when he gets home from work when I was sleeping. Now I stay up till he goes to bed because in my head, if I'm up, then he won't text her. Girl, you better go to bed. You are working. Hey, look now, do not be messing with your sleep on your shifts. Now you have to rest, and you being awake is not going to stop him from texting her. That's not going to happen. All right. If he was so hell bent on texting her, he would text her. And that's part of the 182 is stop worrying about what he's doing. Don't let that even be a part of your life. You got to take care of you. Okay. Pay attention to you and doing your regular routine, getting the sleep that you need. That is super important to you. So do that. Okay. Do not worry about what he's doing because you sleep. All right. Can't do that. My husband has bipolar disorder and he did not sleep. I did not realize it at the time because he would lay down next to me at night and he would be there in the morning when I got up, but he was not sleeping the entire night. All right. So if I was to try and stay up all night long with him and then work all day, I'm not going to get anything done. I'm not going to be productive because I don't have that particular disorder. I have to sleep. He didn't have to. He was a little manic. He could fly high and keep on going for a couple of days. He'd end up being a little psychotic by the end of it, but hey, he could do that. I can't do that. So I had to take care of me. I can't be judging what I should be doing based on what he's doing. All right? Does not work. Charlie said the begging. Oh, okay, the begging. I know it would be fun to have. I know, but is that really who he is? And would you believe him? Would you believe it? I mean, if he was just all on the floor and kissing your feet, would you think that was game? I wouldn't believe it. I definitely wouldn't believe it for my husband. But I mean, if you got a guy like that, okay, yeah, all right. If he would do something like that, but if he wouldn't do anything like that and he started doing that, would you believe him? No, you wouldn't believe him at all. But if there is no honesty, how could there be any closure? Okay, closure doesn't come from anybody else. It doesn't come from somebody telling you the truth. It comes from you decide to have closure. That people keep on looking for closure everywhere else but where it's found. Closure is found inside you. If you want to move on from this, you can move on from this. You don't need to have all of the questions answered. You don't have to get all, oh, well, he has to tell me everything from the beginning to the end. You know he cheated, right? Do you really need every single solitary detail to have closure? No, that is your brain playing a trick on you. It's trying to gather up a whole bunch of information to use against you as you're moving forward. So no, don't make closure be about anybody but you. You can give yourself that. That is power that you have. Do not give that to anybody else. All right? Charlie said, yes, I work nights on the weekends while he is home. It's hard. That's when all of this mess happened. Yeah, I remember, it's different periods of time during your life. You get those different shifts. Sometimes we work opposite. Now we've got it so that we can work at the same time and so we can spend more time together. But when our kids were little, one of us had to be home and one of us was at work. And so then we switched off. So it is difficult. It's that disconnect that happens. But, you'd be looking for trying to switch shifts. But in the meantime, you're going to have to let this be something that you exercise your trust on. Trust is a muscle. Just like everything else, you work it out. With the resistance is I'm scared that something bad is going to happen. Okay, well, I'm going to fight against that. I'm going to trust anyway. I'm going to believe in you. I'm going to believe that when I leave this house, you are doing the right things. I'm going to trust that you are the person that I know you to be. All right? Paulie said, same thing. I was working 2 jobs. Yeah, and he was texting while I was awake next to him. Yeah. I think Josh is right. We need to get some sleep, and I'm not babysitting. Girl, that's what I'm saying. I can't say it any better than that. We are not babysitting these men. We're not doing that. You are a grown woman. You do not have to babysit a grown man. You do not have to do that. If he is going to do something wrong, he is going to do something wrong. That's just how it is. If you believe in him, if you say, look, I know you could, and I have some fears about that, but I'm going to trust you. I'm going to believe the best of you. I'm going to expect that you're going to treat me better. then he's going to be looking at that like, damn it. Okay, all right, she believes in me. I got to trust her. I got to do better. I got to be more trustworthy. I can't keep doing the same stuff. If you're always in his face like you're just a horrible person and you're just a big old cheater and a big old liar and I don't even know why I'm with you and I should just leave you, then there's a reason to go ahead and do it again. But if you've given him that faith, giving him that trust a little bit again, he's going to be looking at it like, damn, okay. All right, let me do right. Because, yeah, all right, she does believe in me. She keeps on believing in me, even when I'm messing up. All right, let me try and prove her right this time. All right. Sienna, do I need to have solid proof that the relationship is over, or is that part of the trust process? Yeah, that's going to be part of the trust process because your brain is going to be screaming that it's not. Even if you had there's been several people in the group that asked that question. They'd be like, I have no reason to think that they are still talking. Everything points to they are not talking. I have complete access to all of everything that they have, and there is no trace of this person left, but I still feel like they must be talking. And that's just a trick of your brain. It's just your brain screaming at you, trying to make you feel like, oh, no, this will never be over. He will always be talking to her. It's always going to be bad. It's a trick of your brain. Don't believe it. Go ahead and start going forward with your trust, going forward and believing in the person that you love. You're not stupid. Let's just say that right now. None of you are dumb. All right. You know this person. All right. You believe that this is the person for you. I believe you. If you think that this is the right person for you, if you feel like they are going to be good to you, that they should be good to you, they have been good to you, then I'm going to believe that that is in them. And we're all going to believe as a unit that they're going to do the right thing. All right. Let's see. Oh, no, okay, I read that. Farah said, but isn't trust earned, not carelessly given? Oh, no, absolutely not. No, I don't know why people keep saying that. Trust isn't earned. Who earns trust? You give your trust to who you want to have it, period. That's just how it goes. People always say that, oh, trust has to be earned. When you fell in love with this man, you didn't have any reason to trust him. You didn't have any reason whatsoever, and you did. You decided to because that was what you wanted to do. You can do the exact same thing again. It's not careless. It is a choice. You're not being careless because you choose to love somebody and decide to give them your trust. That's not careless. That is a very thoughtful choice. That is living up to being forgiving and merciful and compassionate and understanding of the person that you say that you love so much. So that's not carelessly given. That is a choice that you are making, and you can do it, and it will rebuild your trust just as well as if they were doing a whole bunch of stuff to rebuild your trust. It will rebuild your trust better because for real, nobody can give you trust. They can be doing all the right things. They can be doing all of them, including groveling. And if you don't want to trust them, if your brain is screaming for you not to trust them and you're choosing to listen to that, then you won't trust them. Even if they're not doing anything at all wrong to be not untrustworthy. You won't believe it if you don't choose it. So, Sione said, my story is a lot different than others. I am hurt by the revenge cheating, but she feels as if I play victim because I require a lot more reassurance than she does. Okay, well, bring it down. Bring it down a little bit. You want her to reassure you and you cheated first. That's not really fair. That's not really fair to do to her. Come on, man. Hey, Trisha, I'm glad you made it. But yeah, that's not really fair. And you want more reassurance and you cheated in the first place. No. Hey, bring it down to the level where she's at. Give reassurance and accept reassurance and go ahead and move forward. You got to start moving past this. All right? Especially since you cheated first. Yeah. Especially then. That's the whole thing. With the whole revenge cheating, it's like, okay, the person that cheated first, you're going to have to suck up a lot of it because you were the one that did the wrong thing first. And then you made that be the standard, and then you're mad because that's the standard you created. So no. Gotta back off that a little bit. All right. Charlie says, I actually think that the other woman made him feel like a new man. We have had some issues in the past with drug addiction, and he's clean now, already building back trust because of that. Then these texts, but I'm a breadwinner now, and he's mainly a stay-at-home dad. His family makes snide comments about him being Mr. Aren't they awful? I hate that. My husband stayed home for like 2 years. He was the best, okay? He cooked, he cleaned, he took care of the baby, he laid my clothes out for work. I was like, I don't know why people are giving men such a hard time about this. For real, for real. That's just me. All right, see, I see you, girl. All right, okay. But yeah, I don't know why people do that and then they belittle that work. Because if you were staying home, would they belittle you for it? No. So I'm like, it's still the same work. It is still staying home and taking care of the house and taking care of the kids while the other person is working. You are still having a full-time job. I'm like, it's never should be belittled. Anybody that stays home and takes care of the kids and does that, nobody should be belittled because of that. So yeah, I understand he might have been feeling some kind of way, his manhood, that's a big thing with them, their manhood. But yeah, I can understand how he might have fallen into doing the wrong thing because of feeling bad about that. And then of course the drug addiction too. Being clean and sober now, that's hard. And it depends on how well he's doing with that too, because he could just be white knuckling it, trying hard every day not to slip back into addiction, which that's a very real possibility too. So I'm glad to hear that he's doing better. I'm glad to hear that he's good. Oh man, let's see, what else? All right, Veronica asked about how to not be afraid of expressing your fears, and I asked, well, what are your fears? What's going on with that? She didn't let me know yet before we went live. But as far as expressing your fears, as you're trying to heal, we need to do that less. As you are trying to heal, what you are going for is healing. You're not going for feeling the fears and being all wrapped up in them anymore. We are moving towards letting the fears go, moving through them, and talking about them over and over and over again doesn't really help you move through them and keep you kind of stuck in them. So Veronica, that's my basic answer without knowing what your particular fear is. And just recognize that that's the trauma's effect on your brain. It's trying to make you feel like if you're afraid all the time, then you need to talk about it all the time so that we can keep bringing it up and so that you can keep thinking about it, and then you won't do the same things again. You won't be open and be willing to be all right in this relationship at all because you're stuck in the fear. All right. Stephanie, we got to that about the cheater working with them. All right, let's see. Anything else? Oh, yeah, it's more over here. All right, hold on. Paula talked about the anniversaries. Oh, yeah. Paula said, I'm completely stressing out about this. He started whatever this was 3 years ago, 2 weeks prior to our 25th anniversary, where we renewed our vows with our priest. And apparently the last two have also been a joke. I've been planning nice things all these years. This year, I just want to work and avoid it. All right. So the whole thing, all right, these anniversaries, that is the anniversary reaction to trauma. It happens with everybody. You remember how we had that anniversary reaction to 9/11 as a country for a while? Remember that? That same thing. Trauma will leave an impression, and even when you're not thinking about it coming up, it will start to worm into your brain that it's almost that time again. Certain things will remind you, maybe the flowers blooming outside, the smell of the grass, whatever it is, will trigger your brain to remember that, oh, this was happening around the same time last year. So that's an anniversary reaction. It's a trigger. It is a regular trigger, okay? And I always say about the triggers, don't let the trigger chase you because, yeah, it's going to outrun you, all right? You need to chase it down, all right? So you need to do the exact opposite of what the fear and the stress and the pain is telling you to do. It's telling you just avoid it altogether. You need to celebrate. You need to be like, okay, we have come through another whole year together. We have made it. Yes, it was problems. Yes, there could have been a serious separation in our marriage, but somehow we are still together. We made it. The last two have not been a joke. They haven't been. It's just the fact that whatever was going on, he felt that he needed. All right. And it didn't have anything to do with your love or your relationship. It was just him, a little selfish need. We all have them sometimes. It didn't mean that he felt like your relationship or your marriage or your anniversaries were a joke. And don't treat them like they're a joke by not celebrating now. Celebrate, enjoy yourself, have a good time together, put the baggage down for a little bit. All right. Stacy said, adult children who are hurt and anxious about me wanting to stay. They are supportive of me, but won't speak to their dad yet. I posit that if they are not speaking to their dad yet, they're not being very supportive of you. All right. This is what you want. You are making this decision. This did not happen to them. I know that they feel like it is because it is a family, but this happened to you. And you need them to still be respectful of the person that you're married to. Yeah, you might have all sorts of feelings. That's everybody. Everybody that you have run into, they can have all sorts of feelings about this, but that is still your husband. If they're going to support you, they're going to have to behave in a certain way towards him. You need to put your foot down about that. Don't be treating your dad all messed up just because he messed up. You all messed up all your lives and we still love you. All right. Your kids always mess up. Don't tell me you didn't have any times that you messed up and we still loved you together as a family. So that's what I'm expecting from you all. And everybody will feel all anxious about you doing this. Everybody will say that they feel like, oh, you shouldn't stay, you should leave, and what if you get hurt again? And that's their fear talking to your fear. They understand the idea that this was hurtful, that this was traumatizing, that this is something that should produce some fear, and so they feel like that you should just separate from that instead of actually facing the fear and moving through it. Running away from it is not going to do anything to help you. You got to get through this anyway. It does not matter if you stay with him or if you don't. You still got to do the same amount of work. So let them know, look, this is already hard enough without you all acting like I got a problem with him. I already have a problem with him. Let that be my problem. It's not your problem. It's my problem. And I am forgiving him. I am working on that. So I need you to be doing the same thing too. And Kenya, that's the last question I see up here. Let me make sure nobody's talking. All right. Said, Sienna, how to suppress my feelings based off of what I've done? How do I deal with the hurt that I've caused that also causes guilt? Just consider the fact that you can't go backwards in time. I cannot go back and fix it. I have done the wrong thing. So the only thing that I can do now is to try my very best not to do the wrong thing anymore. Just everyday living. What do I do in every given situation? Ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the thing that is loving, that is caring, that is understanding to her? Am I doing that? And then if you're not, course correct and fix it and do the right thing. That's how you deal with the guilt. All right. Yeah, I'm feeling guilty. Okay, but I'm doing right now. I am making up for it. I am giving my all to restarting this relationship and showing that I am going to do the right thing and stay on the right track now. That's all you can do about guilt. Guilt is kind of pointless. It really is, because at that point, it's already done. You can feel all guilty. That's why, I don't get all into the remorse and guilt for them, because yeah, they can feel all remorseful and guilty, but that's too late now. It's already happened. You can feel bad all you want to, but it doesn't make it not be. So, focus on just doing the right things going forward. Lord, he said, dang, I missed the start. Will this be available to watch later? Your first time? Hi, welcome. I'm glad you got here. Actually, absolutely. It will be in the group, in the media section under videos, and then it is also on my Instagram as well. You can watch quite a few of them on Instagram, and then also on YouTube, my Love Coach Dasha YouTube. So it's everywhere. You can always come back and watch it, and hit me up. Make sure that you post in the comments #replay so that I know you're seeing this on the replay and not live with me. All right, one more. Kenya said, reconnecting after the affair. He's trying very hard. It's been a year of him trying, but I just can't get that same feelings back. We were married for 9 years, and we really disconnected when I started working nights as a nurse, and he was in nursing school. He had an affair with his classmate, which is also married. Oh, yes, girl. All right. I told you that that's the allowing the healing portion of the dreams formula. Let me run that down for you real quick. I'm going to have to write this down. I'm going to have to write down the dreams formula. give me a day or two. I'm going to make up something so you can actually have a copy of the dreams formula. But the dreams formula is D is for deciding. You got to make the decision that this is what you want. This person is worth the work to you. You want to get through this. You want to work through this relationship. You want to reconcile. Then the R, yep, nursing school does sucks. Nursing school will do it. Yes, it will. My husband was in school to be a phlebotomist, and he cheated with the girl in his class too. So yeah, that's a thing. Especially medical. But anyway, R is for recognizing the fear. That decision is going to produce fear. The trauma is going to produce fear. So you have to battle against the fear and still make up your mind that this is what you want to do. Fight through it. Fight out those feelings of fear and gather your emotions so that your fear is not running your emotions. Then we've got the E, which is evaluating the why. 3 things: sick, sad, stupid. Okay, sick is really sick. This is some kind of form of something going on within their body. It could be low hormones. It could be cancer. It could be just about anything. Heart attack. It could be anything really. Mental illness. All sorts of things constitute sick. When you are sick in your physical body, you make bad decisions. You just do. I was a nurse for 20 years. People make all sorts of messed up decisions when they're sick. Sad is a loss of some kind, feeling a loss in themselves, feeling a loss of you, feeling a loss in their family life, feeling a loss of who they were supposed to be, whatever it is, feeling a loss. And of course, grief too, actual real, I've lost this person to death feeling. And then there is stupid. Stupid is all of the stupid stuff that we are taught about being in relationships. Men are always told that their worth is wrapped up in how many women they can get. What they've seen as far as their mom and their dad, the men in their lives, how they responded, and what they've told them about love and about being in relationships. We get told a lot of stupid things. Everybody does. So sick, sad, and stupid. Usually they fall into one of those 3 categories or several of those categories. A is allowing the healing to happen. You got to let the wall down and start doing couple stuff again. You got to start acting like you're in a relationship again. And then M is managing the future feelings, dealing with those triggers. They're going to pop up. You got to recognize where you feel them in your body so that you recognize the feeling before it gets to be like a mental issue. Usually when you are feeling those triggers, you'll feel it in your physical body first because your body responds to trauma in that way. So if you can figure out where you feel it, if you feel it right here in the center of your chest and you feel like you can barely swallow and you start feeling that feeling and you don't know why, you're triggered already. Just go ahead and accept that you're triggered. Try and figure out what it is. Go ahead and sit down with your journal, write it down. And then S is for support. You got to seek some support that will support you in your decision to do this. Even though it's hard, even though it's scary, even though, they may worry about you, you are still, they're still trusting you. They're still believing in your belief. If you say that this is going to work out, they're going to be backing you. All right. So reconnecting after the affair is all about that, allowing that healing to happen. You got to let down those walls. You said that you were trying to get the same feelings back. Don't worry about trying to go back. Every time you're like, oh, we're going to go back to such and such. We're not going backwards. We're going forwards. Every time you try and go back, you start being reminded of the trauma. You have to look at him for who he is now. He is an industrious person. He's in nursing school. He is working hard on trying to have a career that is going to be good for you and the family. He is with you and he's, trying to do this thing with you back and forth. You're working and you're having to take those late nights and he's trying to be there and do his part during the day. Absolutely look at who he is now. Besides just the person that you fell in love with, look at who he is. If he's doing the right things, if he's trying so hard, you can fall in love with that. You can remind yourself like, oh, yes, he messed up, but look at how much he is trying so hard to show me that he is really the person that I believed him to be all this time. Okay, I'm going to accept that. I'm going to start getting a little bit close to him, start dating. We're going to start getting that love thing back. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense to everybody? Whew, I tell you, all right. I think that's all the questions. Try and answer all of them. Lord, we're getting to the point in the group where I'm not going to even be able to answer all the questions on the live because dang, there's so many. But I'm so glad that you give me these great questions. I'm so glad that you're here with me and you want to hear these answers. I am always going to tell you something that's a little bit different from the status quo. I'm going to tell you something that's a little bit different from what everybody else says you need to heal. There's a lot of things that I just don't believe that you need to heal. You don't need to know all the details to heal. You don't need to know that. That is absolutely not required. It does not help you in any way, shape, or form to know all those details. Sitting there monitoring him, I don't think that helps you to heal. Like, there's so many things trying to, control what he's doing, paying so much attention to what he's doing. I don't think that helps you heal. So I want you to do the things that work. And the dreams formula, those are the things that work. Those are, you have control over them. You can actively be working on them. And then as you start to move forward, as you start to heal, as you start to do better, when you change the things around you. So all of a sudden you're going to be looking at it. I was talking to somebody in my recovery and reconciliation group last night. That's my monthly subscription group. And she was saying how much better she has been doing with her and her husband. And it was all because she started changing what she was doing. She started changing, talking about it all the time to not talking about it so much, trying to enjoy her time with him, talking to her brain and saying, okay, no, you're lying to me. I don't believe that. I am choosing to do this. I know, brain, that you want to tell me something else, but I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it my way because this is the path that I'm on. And I'm trying to tell you, he started changing almost immediately started giving that back to her. She is healing. She is moving forward. And then he is like, let me get on board with this because I don't want to be left behind. And that is what I need you to do. That's what I need you to understand the most about this process is you have control. If you start this healing process, I know it's scary. I know that there's what ifs. Well, what if I do this and he doesn't change? Don't worry about that because you still had to heal anyway. It doesn't matter if he doesn't change. You still needed to heal. If you get to the healing point and he hasn't done anything to catch up with you, he hasn't tried, then you'll know that at the end and you won't feel bad about anything. You'll be like, okay, well, I did my very best. All right, he wasn't about it. He's not on my level right now. You may end up feeling like that, but that is not what usually happens. That is a very rare occasion that ever happens with the couples that I work with. As soon as you start to actually work on your own part, he'll start to work on his part, and then you meet together in the middle. All right. Let's see. Polly said, you're amazing when I'm blasting you in the bathroom while taking a shower. Of course, that's when I heard you discuss the anniversary. Okay, I'm glad you heard me get to that. So I'm going to celebrate. He said our story has so many more chapters. You've saved my sanity. Honestly, you have. Good. Your live chat is priceless. Girl, that's what I'm trying to hear. That's what I'm saying. And your story has so many more chapters. This is just one. This is just like the climax. Every story needs a conflict. Okay? Every single story to be interesting. You can tell a story with no conflict, but it's not an interesting story. But this has made your story incredibly interesting. And then when you have healed up from it, you get to tell this story. You get to go out and tell people, like, this is what happened. This amazing thing happened. It was horrible for a little while, and then it was amazing again. And we worked through this together, and this is how we did it. It is amazing to be able to tell that story then, because then that's a story that has people on the edge of their seats. Then they're like, how did you do it? How did you ever get through it? And they are amazed by you, and you should be, because you're flipping amazing. All right, you will be proving how amazing you are by getting through this part of the story. So you have many, many more chapters. As you work this through, you're going to get to the point where you can flip over that page and you got this brand new chapter laid out in front of you, and you can leave this one behind. It's such good stuff. Anna Grace, you're welcome. Sienna said, thank you so much. When is the next live? And do you have any work for you may suggest for this week? The questions. That I want everybody to be on that question thing. I want you to pay attention to how many questions you are about to ask, and then try not to ask any all week long. Try not to ask any at all. He's going to be like, what is going on with you? You are acting weird. What is happening with you? He's going to notice, okay? And you can tell him, or you can not tell him. You can be honest and be like, I was listening to this love coach, and she said that women ask too many damn questions as they're trying to heal from infidelity. So she said, just don't ask any questions for a week and see what happens. And he's going to be like, that is a fabulous idea. I love this love coach. Go ahead and talk to her as much as you possibly can. Right? He's going to love that idea. If you don't tell him, you can just be like, I'm just trying something. I'm just trying to, I think I've been asking a few too many questions. I want to back off asking so many questions of you. And just tell him like that. He'll love it. He'll love it. All right. So absolutely try that this week. Everybody try not to ask any questions at all. How are you doing? No. I hope you're doing great today. It doesn't that change it though? How are you doing? It's just, yeah, I'm expecting you to talk. But I hope you're having a great day. I care about you. I am thinking about you. I am hoping that your day is well. I hope that you're having good times right now. That's what I'm thinking about you. Instead of expecting that answer back, you're just giving a little bit of love. Paula said, my husband loves you for sure. They end up liking me too. That's how it always ends up going. I will talk to the women first, and then they'll be like, okay, seriously, dude, we need to talk to this chick. And then they'll like play a couple of my videos, and then the guys are like, okay, well, yeah, maybe I'll talk to her. And then they talk to me, and they were like, oh, that wasn't painful at all. You're actually listening to what I'm saying. And I'm like, yep, exactly. See, we could have been fixing this long ago. So usually that's the way it works. You find me, and then they're like, yes, absolutely, work with her. Do that. Give her money. Tell her that you want her to be your coach full time because we need her. So a lot of them will do that. So as a matter of fact, if he's feeling so good about it, tell him to go ahead and pay for you to come on and work with me in tech support. My tech support, again, it's just texting me. You can text me anytime instead of like posting in the group, instead of, trying to get information from as many sources as you can. Come on and hit me up. Text me, tell me, hey, look, I'm having a hard time with this. I'll give you suggestions, be checking in with you periodically, giving you little pep talks. And you also, with the tech support program, it's 45 days long, so it's 45 days of emails from me. You get emails with encouraging words, some affirmations, journal prompts for every day. So you'll be having something to do. And you have the option to be able to talk to me whenever you feel like it. So definitely do that. It's in the comments on the Facebook group. And I need to put it in my link tree on Instagram. I can't forget to do that once I get off. All right. All right, y'all. I think that's about it. Everybody good? You got any other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints? Anything else going on that I need to know about? Answer for you? Let's see. Refresh the page here. All right. Anna, you said, I have so many trust issues. I'm always thinking, who is he cheating on me with now? I just tend to bottle it up and not talk about it. He cheated on me on my birthday last week. On my birthday week. Okay. And he gave her $100 on my birthday. Oh, Lord Jesus. It really hurt me deeply. What do I do? Girl, they're so stupid, aren't they? Oh, sometimes they're just so dumb. You're like, why? All of this, they do stuff like that, like special occasions for you, like when you're pregnant. It's a thing. It's weird. I don't know if it's just the attention thing, that you're getting the attention. I don't know what it is, but they feel like they need attention too. I don't know why they do stuff like this. He's paying her, so that's not really a serious relationship. That is, she either took advantage of him or he was paying her for services. One of the two. So it was either she did something for him, he paid her, or she was like, oh, well, you should give me some money, stupid man, with a girlfriend. Yeah. So either way, I wouldn't get too deeply hurt about that. That was him being, either he feels like he's a baller because he can give her $100, or he was being taken advantage of. And let's see. Trust issues, you just got to work on the trust. Every time there is opportunity to trust or not to trust, you trust. If it's, I'm worried that he's cheating on me right now. Okay, no brain. He is not cheating on me. He is doing exactly what he needs to be doing at this very moment. I am okay. He is okay. I am safe. Talk to your brain about it. Tell your brain that is not a helpful thought, brain. You sitting here telling me that he's cheating on me, is that helping me in any way, shape, or form? No, it is not. I would appreciate it if you would cut it out and just consistently be on your brain like that. Tell your brain what you want it to do. Your brain will listen to you. Your brain, you can convince your brain of anything you please. You can convince your brain of anything. If you consistently repeat it and you act like you believe it, you can make your brain believe it too. So that's all you really need to do is start working on your brain. Start working on telling your brain, no, we are not doing that. That is not helpful. That is not helping me, brain. You're going to have to come up with something better than that if you want me to listen to you. So does that make sense? She was his ex. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, well, if she was his ex, what did he owe her some money? Is that what it was? You got kids together? Yeah. Did he have to give her money? I know it really hurts, but I'm like, it seems like he kind of either paid her off or she took advantage of him. Either way, that doesn't mean that it was anything going on that had anything to do with you. It didn't have anything to do with you at all. It was just their little thing going on. And now, all right, he's caught. So hopefully he won't do something that stupid again. He said he just wanted to be with her one last time and give her $100 to go away because she wouldn't go away. No kids together. Oh, all right. Yeah, so he paid her off. Yeah. All right. Well, is she gone? Did that work? Sometimes it works. Sometimes, paying people off does work. Sometimes it doesn't. $100 seems like that wouldn't really work. But, I mean, you let me know. Is she still there? Is she still messing with you? All right, good. Well, hey, it worked. All right. If it worked, and all right, she's out of your lives, cool. All right, we're gone. We're not even going to keep on stressing about her. She is out of our lives now. She got paid off. She's gone. All right. Lotus said, it seems so unfair to give someone trust after they broke it so deeply. It's so hard to have to be the bigger person. Well, I don't know how hard it is to be the bigger person. Don't you want to be? No? I don't know. I always like being on the right side. I always like feeling like I'm doing the right thing. I get it's like, well, why should I have to fix what you broke? But the thing is, what they broke was inside of you, so they can't fix it. You have to be the one to fix it. And then if it's your trust, then it was broken inside of you. You're the only one that can do anything about it. And that's going to happen periodically through life. People are going to break your trust. People are going to do you wrong all through your life. This is just one instance of it, and you're learning how to still cope and still deal with it and still make yourself be the best possible person you can be in spite of other people being idiots. And that's like the best lesson you can learn about yourself, is that I can still have control over myself. I can still do the right things for myself in spite of other people doing the wrong things. Does that make sense? Said, I do want to be. I know I'm on the right side. I'm conflicted on him deserving the time and attention. The thing is, he doesn't have to deserve it. You just have to want to give it. He doesn't have to deserve anything. He doesn't have to deserve your love. He doesn't have to deserve your forgiveness. But you are choosing it. You want him to have it. That would make it easier on you. You would feel better. So don't make it be about him deserving it, because who deserves love? Who deserves time and attention and affection and doing all that? Who deserves it? All right? Nobody really deserves it. We give it to who we want to have it. So just accept that it's just about you and how you feel instead of him deserving it or not. That makes sense? Wait. Somebody passed by, said, I messaged her. I was mad. Oh, but yeah, don't messaging. Wait. Was that you? I don't know who that was. It passed by. But messaging people that you're mad doesn't really work at all, because they don't care. Most of the time, like, you can say you're mad, but like, what can somebody else do about you being mad? Not really anything. You can express your feelings, but after that, that's pretty much it. Paula said, being the bigger person, forgiving him has helped us both a lot. I asked, how is he doing with this? And he said, okay, because of me. Isn't that amazing? That you, look at that. Even though you were the one that was hurt, you're still the one that has all the magic inside of them to heal this. And that's why I work with women. That's why I do this, because we're the ones. We have enough. There is enough inside of us to be able to fix this and to make this go well again, just because of who we are. They don't have it. They don't have the magic. They don't have the sparkle like we do. We just don't. Charlie said, can I love that enough? Okay, good. Lordy said, I did tell him that I do have to fix what he broke. He said, yes, it does. It makes me feel a little bit more in control. Thank you. Good. You should be in control. This is all about you. This is about what you want. He doesn't have to deserve a doggone thing. I'm just believing you when you say that this is the person that you want to feel like this about, that you want to love, that you want to give this forgiveness to. I believe you. I think that if you think that much of him, then he must be a pretty decent guy, but he was an idiot for a little bit. Yeah, they do that. They do. He said, Anna, I didn't message her till she friend requested him on Mother's Day. She won't go away, and we are married now. I married him on March 11th. Girl, don't let that woman disrupt you. Block her. Block her on everything and ignore her. She is peasant girl. You are the queen. You got the crown. March 11th, you put the whole ring on and you got that now. So don't even concern yourself with her. This was before you were married, and you are not interested in rehashing this every day, dealing with her. We are not talking to her. We are not entertaining her at all. She is a peasant girl. Let her go sit down somewhere. Have several seats, lady. All right. Think that's about it. We're going longer and longer. It's supposed to be the healing hour. It's like the healing hour and 45 minutes at this point. But I think I got everybody's questions. I think we're good. All right. You're so welcome, Anna. See, I like doing this because I can't answer all of the questions in the group. The group has grown so much that I can maybe answer questions like twice a week, but I can't answer everybody's questions. So I like to be able to do this so we can have little conversation. I can tell you about these things. I can tell you about the dreams formula, tell you about working with me, and get to show you, exactly what I'm all about. And this is what I'm all about. I'm all about you being able to be with that person that you love. I believe you. I trust you. I trust your judgment. If this is the person for you, I am absolutely backing you. I think that you are making a fabulous decision for yourself, and I want to help you as much as I possibly can. So if you are interested, go to the comments, jump in on my sale of the tech support so you can get some one-on-one time with me. And now let's do an affirmation, because you got to be doing those affirmations. If you want that self-esteem to come back, you want those insecurities to go away, you need to be telling yourself positive things. Affirmations are just things that you tell yourself. Truth be told, you can affirm something negatively or you can affirm something positively. You can say over and over to yourself, he just never loved me, and I don't think we should be together, and I don't think that we're going to make it. That is an affirmation. That is saying he never loved me. That is what I believe to be true. And so that is the reality that I'm going to live in. You can affirm something bad or you can affirm something good. He always has loved me. He loves me desperately. He loves me deeply. He loves me fiercely. He loves me truly. He's just an idiot sometimes. All right. He can be an idiot. Guys are kind of dumb sometimes, especially when it comes to the whole cheating thing. They're supposed to have all these women. It's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on in their brains. I'm going to have compassion and mercy for that. I'm going to believe in his love for me anyway. All right. So you can affirm good or you can affirm bad. What you need to be doing is affirming good. Telling yourself good things about yourself, good things about your mate, consistently, all day long, focusing on that one message that you are focused on that day. So this one, today, I choose. Affirmations need to be in first person. They need to be in present tense right now. Today, I will only surround myself with people who support me. There you go. Look at that. I'm trying to tell you, I be picking these cards, and I swear it's always what I was talking about in the group. All right. That's amazing. I love that. But today I choose. Today I will only surround myself with people who support me. So if somebody is not supporting you, kick them to the curb. Okay? If somebody is not supporting you in this, if they are giving you a hard time about this, you stand up, you put your foot down, and you say, you know what? I'm just not going to tolerate this. I am not going to have this in my life. I am not accepting you not being supportive of me. So you can go ahead and get to stepping if you're not going to be supportive of me. If you are going to be supportive, okay, fine. You can be in my life. But if you're not, then you can go ahead and remove yourself, and I'm not going to stress myself over it. I'm not going to be upset about it. You can just move on with your life. I'm going to move on with mine. All right. So you get to choose. You get to choose who you have in your life and if they do right by you. And that is for everybody, not just for him. All right. All right. I think that's it. I think that's all. Anna, you're welcome. Thank you for very much for supporting so many. Y'all are all my support. I know, right? Such a good group of women. Such a good group of women. Everybody. Trisha, you're over here on Instagram. So glad that you came. I'm so glad that you all joined me for the Healing Hour Live today. Every week. Do this every week. Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right here in the Facebook group and on my Instagram. And on YouTube. And I'm going to have to figure out how to do TikTok. I'm going to have to figure out how to go live on TikTok because I got another phone. I think I could juggle it. I think I could maybe work it out. I'm working these two screens. I could add one more. I think I could. Don't you think I could? Somebody tell me if you've ever gone live on Instagram. On TikTok, because I never have. But I'm on TikTok. Might as well use it. All right. That is about it. Look how shiny I am now. I've been sweating. I've been talking so much. I've been sweating. But I am so glad that you were joining me today. Thank you so much for being here for the Healing Hour Live. I will see you again next week. Same bad time, same bad station. And it will be the full moon next week. So look out for those emotions coming up this week. That's another thing that you can be doing as far as like your homework for the week. Don't ask any questions at all. See if you can work that out, and then focus on your emotions, how you're feeling as that full moon is approaching on the 11th. It will pop up and it will make you feel a little emotional if you're not watching it, okay? All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. I will talk to you again next week, okay? Bye.